go. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there. The year 2019 is going to be an exciting time in the city of New Orleans, and we want you to be a part of it. If you have a book, an event, or a business that you would like to promote right here on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions, contact us at www.mtwimagesolutions.com or info@mtwimagesolutions.com. See you there. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm back. I know it's been a while. It's been like 3 weeks since I've been on, but if you are from the New Orleans area, you understand why. Because we had first the Black History Month Literary Weekend, which was amazing. It was beautiful. We had 10 authors. We had 3 live singing acts. We had like an army of models. We had 7 fashion designers. We had 2 celebrity hosts. The New Orleans Talk Network was there to document it all. Video to come soon. We had photography. It was just gorgeous. I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful event. And I want to thank everybody who had something to do with making it a success. From the people who were behind the scenes, to the people who came just to support, to the people who weren't able to make it, but they wanted to make a donation to make sure that we were able to be successful. I just want to thank everybody. It was just an amazing, amazing time. And so then the following week, it was Lundi Gras. And if you're from New Orleans, you know that Lundi Gras is the day before Mardi Gras. And Lundi Gras is almost just as lit as Mardi Gras is. So we had lots of parades going on. And because there was bad weather on Sunday, a lot of the parades were pushed to Monday. So, of course, you know, we had to do our Lundi Gras thing. So we weren't able to come on the show on Monday. But now we're back. And not only are we back, but we are back with the crew of Lit. And I'm not just being funny. We're talking about a really, really awesome literary event that's coming to town on March 30th. And we have a number of their authors who we're going to be highlighting throughout the month of March because we want you to know who they are. These are some up-and-coming authors. They're exciting authors. I'm really looking forward to them because they're fictionistas. And you know fiction is close to my heart. I'm a fiction author myself. So when we can invite other fictionistas on the show and fiction masters for the men, I guess, because a man doesn't want to be called fictionista. Well, but when we can invite fiction authors on the show and they can talk about their creativity, I'm all for it. You know, because we talk about a lot of things. We have entrepreneurs on the show. We have our nonfiction authors. We have our self-help authors. But closest to my heart is always going to be the fiction author. So without any further ado, I'm going to bring our first author on, author Moranda Jane. Hey, Moranda.
Hey.
How you doing, lady?
I am well. How about you?
Oh, I am wonderful. Thanks so much for being a part of the show tonight.
And thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, awesome. So, as I was saying, you are a fiction author. So, can we talk a bit about your books?
I have 2. My first baby is Green Light, and my second baby is the follow-up to Green Light called The Gift You Gave. Which one you want to talk about first?
Well, let's talk about green light first. We have it right on the screen.
Okay, awesome. Green Light was a labor of love. I wanted to look at twins. I always had a fascination with twins. And so the book is about a set of twins. It deals with multiple topics. It deals with favoritism between parents. You know, it's the unspoken word, so to speak, how sometimes parents will favor one child over the other.
Right.
And the impact that has lifelong on the child. It deals with a range of things from epilepsy, the impacts of it. It deals with, in the book I have also a transgender person as well who's working through their issues. And mainly it's about love and sacrifice. To me, the epitome of green light is talking about what would you do or what would you give up for love.
Yes.
If you had a person that you loved beyond reason and you wanted to be with them, what would you sacrifice to be with them, even if it meant the sacrifice is not being with them?
So,
and that's basically what that book is. It encompasses.
That's actually a very, very deep topic because, there are kids who grow up thinking that one is favored over the other, but it's an entirely different feeling when you know for sure one is being favored over the other. So how were you able to find the inspiration to write this story?
Life lessons. I was always a good storyteller, but never really had the confidence to put my stories on paper. I'm a country girl at heart. I grew up listening to great aunts and great uncles telling the tales of our family, so we would learn and never forget the successes and failures of the past. And then for me, my life changed irrevocably in 2016 when I lost my dad. And he was the impetus for me just propelling myself forward and just not letting dust settle under my feet. Because it just reminded me that, life is very short. Yes. And if you have dreams that you want to achieve, no matter how big or how small, don't wait. Because you'll keep saying, I'll do it tomorrow. And I was looking through my manuscripts, and I had stuff from like 10 years prior that I had started writing stories and never would do anything with them. And I also had a good support system behind me. Writing is hard.
Absolutely.
writing, really from your heart is hard. And when you write from the heart, it's like your baby.
Yes.
And when you give it out to the world, you want to protect your baby. So that's why I think a lot of people just don't publish their work, because they're so sensitive about what they've written. And I had great support behind me.
That's absolutely
that
right.
Encouraged me to write.
Many times when you write a book, when you put your work out there, you're basically opening yourself up for people who have never met you to judge you.
Exactly.
Yes, and that can be a difficult thing.
Oh yeah. So I had great support system. My husband was awesome and supported me and pushed me, and I found a great publisher and got connected with some awesome pen sisters, and every day was like a collaboration of just group therapy, because all of us were in the same position as new authors and trying to get our perspective out to the world. And so it was a great beginning for me. But the topics I'm finding that I choose to write about are sometimes emotionally draining. The second book that I wrote is called The Gift You Gave, and it deals with something that's very prevalent, at least in North Carolina, which is human trafficking. And this book deals with specifically teenagers. In the age of social media, some of these kids are just they believe everything that they see.
Right.
And don't want to believe their own parents or think their parents to being overprotective.
Oh, that's probably every child in America.
Yeah. And it's sad because it's, things that I never thought I'd see in my little small town. I live in a suburb of Charlotte, about 26 miles away from Charlotte. And it's just remarkable, some of the things that are now happening. They are literally, picking people off the street.
So Miranda,
and I wanted to put
tell me this though. So your first book is, about basically parental favoritism. Then your second book is about human trafficking. And you mentioned that writing about these subjects can be a bit draining, but what gives you that motivation to continue writing about these subjects?
Oh, there's a few things. I want to get the word out any way that I can.
Yes.
And my message really in my books is about love. That's at the core of everything. It's about love and family. And so that's one thing that pushes me forward. And the gift you gave also deals with breast cancer. And it's just topics that, like I said, that are prevalent in our community that I'm glad people are talking about, but I really want as much attention put on it as possible. I want, my goal when I write a book is to make you sit, and think about it for a few minutes. And yeah, there's some laughter and there's some jokes in there and there's love and romance, etc. But the one of the primary points is just to get a message out there that these things are happening and that you need to be aware of them.
Absolutely. There's stories that aren't often told. And I think a lot of times African American authors are criticized for only talking about romance or only writing about erotica or urban, but there are so many more stories that we're telling. So I'm really happy to know that you've been brave enough to be able to tell these stories, because there's stories that we need to hear, we need to know about.
Yeah, and like I said, I try to mix a little bit of everything in. And the third book that I'm working on is bridging into paranormal. Both books, if you look closely at some of the characters in the book, you're going to question some of the things that they do, and it's leading up to a whole arc of characters that are paranormal. Because I also think that's one of the things. Although I'm happy to see that we're starting to see more and more of it, specifically in the African American community. But one of the things that was bothering me is that I was an avid reader before I became a writer, and a lot of the paranormal books that I read, none of us were present, and even one series specifically, the culture of our people was taken, but none of us was present, and we, I just wanted to change that dynamic. I want to change that. And and there are a lot of other people that are changing that now, and I'm so happy about it.
Let's hold on to that thought real quick. We're going to take a short break, and when we get back, I'd like to continue down that stream. But in the meantime, I want you guys to stay right there, start a watch party. I want you to share. I want you to like. I want you to subscribe. Go over to YouTube and subscribe to the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page. Let's get this thing popping. We are talking with author Moranda Jane, and we're talking about some really powerful subjects. So you stay right there. We will be right back. The year 2019 is going to be an exciting time in the city of New Orleans, and we want you to be a part of it. If you have a book, an event, or a business that you would like to promote right here on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions, contact us at www.mtw mtwimagesolutions.com or info@mtwimagesolutions.com. See you there. New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 504.
And we're back. We are sitting here talking with author Moranda Jane, who's going to be one of the featured authors at the Crew of Lit, which is going to take place here in New Orleans on March 30th, 2019. So if you have not gotten your tickets yet, head over to Eventbrite. Here's the flyer right here. Make sure that you are a part of this inaugural event. It's being given by one of the authors who was actually featured during the Black History Month Literary Weekend, author Diana W., as well as her sister, Janine Clark. And these two women are phenomenal, and they're doing a wonderful job putting this event together. You've got to make sure you support them and all of the authors who are going to be a part of this event. And you're going to meet more of the authors in the next few weeks because we're going to be interviewing different authors all throughout the month until we get up to the Crew of Lit on March 30th. But right now, we're going to just talk a little bit more with Moranda Jane. And she was just talking about how she chooses to write about more of the serious subjects that we don't always hear a lot about parental favoritism, about human trafficking. She was just talking about her book, The Green Light. And what was the name of the second book?
The second book is called The Gift You Gave.
The Gift You Gave.
And yeah, it was, like I said, those topics are heavy. And for me, I like to research. So I am reading, looking at videos, finding articles that speak to the topics that I want to write about. And especially when you're dealing with, because green lights, let me toggle back to green light. Green light deals with sexual abuse as well. So for me, like I said, all those things, after you read, they're so heavy. For me anyway, I have to step back for a while in the writing process once I finish a book and just decompress for a while and then go into the next one.
How do you do that?
If travel, spending time with family, and actually reading, sometimes just catching up on reading other books, because when I write, I don't read anything else, because I don't want my writing to be influenced by anything else that I read. So a lot of times it's just trying to catch up with some of my favorite authors. Singing is cathartic for me. So making sure I can get to a choir practice and sing is cathartic for me.
Oh, so we sing too. Is that what you're telling me, Moranda Jane?
On a choir box. On a choir box. I sing. But that's cathartic for me as well. And walking. Sometimes just, I have 2 dogs, and every morning that's a part of the process. It's just, I'm taking the dogs out, and we'll just walk. Absolutely. And you can just free your mind. So now that's how I decompress.
I do want to touch a bit on something you said just a second ago. You were talking about how you do research. And some people may not realize that even if you are writing a fictional work, your fiction has to have a ring of truth to it. It has to have a ring of realism to it. So to be able to research is very important. So what are some of the things, I know you said you mentioned reading books or watching videos, But what are some of the things you do to make sure that even though this is a fictional work, that it still has that realism to it?
A lot of times it's just verifying your resources. Even when you're, you know as well as I do. Any time that you read anything, you gotta you trust it, but you verify.
Yes.
That's one. Two, get you a good I guess part of my writing process is getting a good circle of beta readers.
Yes.
That you can pass your information. You can pass your information off to them, and they're going to be very direct and tell you, no, this is not working, or you're repeating yourself, or this doesn't work for me. Or, I've had, people come back and tell me, did this person have to do this? Because it bothered them so much. It was realistic, but it bothered them so much. Did they have to do this? So you have to get a trusted circle. Yes. Of it doesn't have to be large, just 2 or 3 people that you can trust to get that realistic opinion about, if what you're writing is touching on a nerve.
Right. And let's talk a little bit more about beta readers, because some people might think that because they've had a beta reader, they don't need an editor.
Oh, no.
What is the difference between a beta? What is the difference between a beta reader and an editor?
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Yes, I know, girl. I know. Somebody was telling me. I had some people read over it, and they told me I had a couple of misspellings, so I figured I don't need to pay all that money for an editor. No. I was fortunate with both of my books to have a phenomenal partner. And she made me think. She made me. I used to joke and say, "You gonna make me great," because she would challenge. When I would write something, she would. Editing is a process where there's actually 3 processes. You should have a beta reader, you need an editor, and you also need a proofreader. Because even sometimes when you edit a book, you still need to go back and proof it because nobody's perfect. There's going to be something that's missed. So those 3 things need to be in check. But it is critical that you have good beta readers, a good proofreader who's going to catch those small things, like something that's off center, something that's where you're supposed to have a there, THEIR, and you have THERE. Right, that's something that the spell check will not
small
pick
things.
up.
Yeah. And believe it or not, there's some people who are very persnickety. You can have a banging book, but because of small editing issues,
yes,
you go from a 5-star to a 4-star or 3-star. So, yeah, editing is critical. That's a critical part of the process.
Absolutely. So what's next for you? I know you have the Crew of Lit, which is on March 30th, but what's coming up after that? What are you doing?
What's next for me is to start working on the 3rd book, which is going to be a bridge, so to speak, to the 4th book. One of the things that I have done is that, and anybody who writes knows that you have characters speaking in your head all the time.
Yes, they want to come out.
And it comes and goes, you know what I mean? You'll have a cycle where you just, you have characters all the time talking to you. And so I've storyboarded out a lot of stuff. And after I finished The Gift You Gave, I took a break for a while. And so characters have started to come back and start to talk to me again. And it's been a storyline that I've been working on really since before Greenlight.
Okay.
That I've been just trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together. Mm-hmm. And now things are starting to, things happen for a reason. And Greenlight and The Gift You Gave have given me the bridge to connect the original story that I wanted to write. And so now I'm storyboarding it out, and I'm working on a short that should hopefully come out sometime in April.
I love the fact that you have a very, very strict, so to speak, writing process. which is wonderful. You don't just sit down and write and hope for the best. You actually are very regimented in the way that you approach your writing, which is a great thing.
Yeah, I try to be. Sometimes, sometimes words will come to you. You can sit down and write,
Of course.
5, maybe 10,000 words, and sometimes you just sit there at the keyboard and it's looking at you and you're looking at it.
Yes, that's happened as well.
It's just that you have to, you have to make the time for it. You really do have to make the time for it.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you all the best. Where can we find your books?
I am on Amazon. You can find both books listed out there on Amazon.
Okay, and just check the screen so you'll know how to spell Moranda. It's Moranda, right?
That is correct. I took the pen name Moranda Jane in honor of my great-grandmother, Moranda Jane.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Unfortunately, this is the end of the segment. But if you want to get to know Moranda Jane better, make sure you make it over to the Crew of Lit, which will take place on March 30th. And we will put that flyer back up so you can get that information. There it is, right there. Make sure you take down this information. Meet Moranda Jane and a whole host of other authors. And when we come back from this break, we're going to meet another author, Miss Sabrina Scales. And she is so hilarious. I'm looking forward to this one. But in the meantime, make sure that you hit that subscribe button on YouTube. Make sure that you like the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page. We come at you every Monday. I know I say come at you. I'm an author, and I like to do things like that. But we come at you every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and so on and so forth. But we will be right back with Sabrina Scales. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See.
Happy Merry Mondays. It's your girl, Mary J. I want you to tune in with me to Real Talk with Mary J on New Orleans Talk Network every Monday morning at 10 a.m. Then follow me to blogtalkradio.com/Real Talk with Mary J at 10 p.m. It's going to be a Merry Monday every Monday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. You've just tuned in to New Orleans Talk Network.
It's going to be an exciting time in the city of New Orleans, and we want you to be a part of it. If you have a book, an event, or a business that you would like to promote right here on Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions, contact us at www.mtwimagesolutions.com or info@mtwimagesolutions.com. See you there. The year 2019 is going to be an exciting time in the city of New Orleans, and we want you to be a part of it. If you have a book, an event, or a business that you would like to promote right here on girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and this is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And we are hanging with some of the authors from the Crew of Lit. And right now, I'm about to introduce you to Miss Sabrina Scales. Hey Sabrina, is your computer turned down?
Yeah, it might be my phone. It might be
Okay.
my phone that's echoing.
Okay, well we can hear you, so that's what's good. How you doing
Okay.
tonight?
I'm good. I'm great.
That's good.
I'm nervous. I'm here.
How you nervous now? You've been watching the whole show. You were here 30 minutes before the show, and then you gonna get on the show and get nervous.
That's what I do. I'm sorry.
Well, thank you for being a part of Horizons tonight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me what you have planned for the crew of Lit.
Oh God, so much. I just got my first haul of books in the Color Spectrum and the To Love series, and I'm waiting on Nice to be approved by Amazon so that I can get Naughty and Nice
Okay.
because
So
I
you
don't
have
think
a
I
whole
do
little
well.
series going on.
Oh yeah, there's a lot going on.
Well, so tell us about this series.
Okay, the newest series is the Erotica series, which is two siblings, the Brooks siblings. The first one was Naughty that I released around Christmas time. If my phone dies, I swear to God. The first one was Naughty, which is Nedra Brooks' story, where it was a short story, and I didn't expect it to have a spinoff, but that is almost never been the case in the past few releases. But basically,
So, all right.
um,
With that thought, why did you decide to make a spinoff?
well, when I'm writing a book, I like to give an outside life for the characters. I don't like them to be one dimensional. I like to bring their families in, their friends in,
Yes.
because in real life, we're not in solitude. We're communicating with other people.
Absolutely.
And for some reason, these other characters, people pick up on their personality and the things that they do, and they want to hear more about them. And I don't be having time to do that all the time, but my inbox gets blown up like, so what's up with Dwight or what's up with Seth? And I have to, some characters come speak to me and they give me a full story. And that's where the spinoffs come from.
It's really funny when it happens. When I wrote my very first book, Cheating in the Next Room, I thought that my main character, Andrea, was going to be the one that everybody identified with. But no,
Yeah.
they all liked my villain character, Alexis. And they kept asking me, whatever happened to Alexis? Whatever happened to Alexis? So I basically wrote 3 or 4 more books about Alexis because
Oh
that
my
was the one that
God.
they identified with.
Well, I'm not giving y'all 3 or 4 more of nothing about Seth. Y'all got a solid 7 sex scenes out of Seth and Fallon, and that's all I got. I'm dehydrated. I don't have anything to do. That's it.
All right, okay. I'm not mad at you. I mean, I think sex will do that to you.
It will. It will. It's
So,
very dehydrating.
what made you decide to write in this particular genre?
I didn't choose erotica. That was totally a just bizarre circumstance. Because sex scenes are actually my weak point. To me, they are. It feels very robotic. And when I'm going through editing, I spend more time smoothing out the sex scenes than anything else because I'm like giving yoga instructions. He put it in and he pulled it out. So by the time I get to editing, it's like, girl, don't say it like that. That's not. Don't nobody want it. But these last 2 books have been very erotic, and I think my next book I'm going to be sliding away from that because I'm more of a women's fiction type writer.
Mm-hmm.
The readers have called my writing style working class romance. So
That's a good way to put it. I like
yeah,
that.
'cause I'm writing for the people that's in the middle. We ain't got a lot of money. We ain't got, we're not broke, but we're
Right.
somewhere in the middle trying to find
And
our way. And
actually,
there's a
I
love
believe that
story
those
in it.
types of characters are actually refreshing because a lot of times when we read books, the main character is either really rich, always has the money, or they're really broke, they're really poor, and it's hard to find that person who's in between. So I can
Exactly.
appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's only because that's where I am. I'm writing from where I am right now. I've come a long way, but I still have a long way to go. So I'm right in the middle, and that's my comfort zone right now. So that's where my characters. That's the heart of my characters.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Now, speaking of characters, where do you get the inspiration for your characters? Do you look at people you know and just kind of build upon that, or do you maybe make take a couple of people and make one big character? How do you do it?
Most of the time, I'm glad you asked that. Most of the time, my characters are inspired by a person, an individual that I know. And this isn't the most romantic character, but this character has stood out in the erotic series, and he's not even the star. He's a supporting character, and his name is Dwight. He has special needs. He's the older brother of Seth and Nedra. And I actually grew up with a Dwight who was special needs and just so charismatic, didn't bite his tongue about anything. And he's very childlike. He's the oldest sibling, like 40 years old, but he has developmental issues. His brain functions are like that of an 8-year-old. So he's so honest. Like, he has no filter. He loves cake. He's funny. And I got all that from an actual Dwight that I grew up with. And it makes so much sense to feature people that I know, people that are dear to my heart, and to give them to the readers. I love it. I can't think of anything that I would rather be doing.
Kind of like honoring those people, so to speak.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing. That is a very beautiful thing.
Thank you.
So, now how many books do you have now? I mean, because it sounds like you have about 10 of them.
Oh God, 10, girl. Nice is my 27th release, and I've been published since 2016. So I was
Wait a minute. You've been published for 3 years, and you've written 27 books.
Yes,
and girl, the reason is,
man, I don't sleep, and I work security, so I got a lot of downtime. I don't be doing shit at work.
Oh my! See, didn't I tell you? I'm glad I'm not FCC regulated. You're gonna get me in trouble.
I'm sorry. It slipped out. I don't be doing nothing.
You might not want to say that on the air. You never know who's watching this. And next thing you know, you're gonna get a whole bunch of work when you go to work tomorrow.
You know what? They know. And I love them. I love them so much. I love my job so much.
Okay, see, yeah, that's the way to clean it up. I like that. Keep doing that.
Taking tea cakes to work when I go back. We can erase this whole conversation. I'm taking tea cakes and they'll forgive me.
Okay. So about you becoming a full-time author.
Oh, shoot. Did I Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I bumped my desk, and if y'all could see my tripod, like, if somebody opens the door, this whole interview is a wrap. This phone is gonna fall off this contraption that me and my sister put together. But
let's hear it for the sisters. Author. Let's hear it for the sisters. Yes.
If y'all could see, we'll probably disconnect this call. But I would love to become a full-time author. I don't know if that's ever going to happen. I honestly do this for the love of it. I would honestly do it for free. I just love writing that much. But sure, if it ever came to that, I would embrace it. Of course.
Well, you know,
what you love for
if you're writing this much, and you have a job, when you're a full-time author, you're going to be at the 50 to 60 book mark before you know it.
Yeah. And it's only at 27 because I started out and I was just putting books up, but just everything I ever thought of, I was putting it out because I have been holding back on this and, just afraid to take that step for so long that I had stories brewing and they just needed to be completed. So it's going to slow down in the next few years. The next few months, it's going to slow down a lot. I don't have the capacity to create as rapidly as I did in the past because more goes into it now. I'm more serious about it. So I really don't have time. I'm not just sitting down and typing. I have to map things out more. I've learned different strategies. So, stories take longer to come out, and it's definitely going to slow down.
Okay, well, staying with that, we have about a minute before we have to go to commercial. But tell me really quickly, what is some of the strategies, or what is one of the strategies that you use when you're getting ready to write a book?
Basically, it starts with a picture of this person that I'm having a conversation with. Like, characters come to me with their stories, and I have to find an image because, this is somebody I need to look at and have a conversation with and figure out different characteristics for this person. Just simple things like about washing their hands. What do they smell like? Just different things that create a personality. And that takes time to build a person. I don't mean to sound like, too full of myself, but second to God, being an author is a pretty big deal. You're creating people and personalities that are going to impact somebody's life when they read the book, because that's my purpose.
Whoa,
somebody's going to relate to this person.
We got to stay right there. And we're going to be back because we have to take a quick commercial break, but we're going to continue in that vein. So those of you who are watching, I hope you're writing this down because this is some heavy stuff that we're talking about, but we will be right back. So while we're gone, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. This is Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions, and I'm your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, talking with author Sabrina Scales. We'll be right back. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with the new year of Horizons with Meet the World Image Solutions. And this year, we're moving to Monday night with brand new exciting guests and engaging literary conversation. And we want our listening audience to be there with us because this is going to be a year you will not forget. Catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m., right here on the New Orleans Talk Network. And you can also reach us on the Meet the World Image Solutions Facebook page, the Meet the World Image Solutions YouTube page, and we're on Podbean, iTunes, and Google Play. So catch us every Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you there.
Hey yo, what's up? It's your boy DJ Slick Daddy.
This DJ Slick 504.
And of course, I'm your girl, Black Coco.
Tune into the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, every Tuesday, 7 to 8:30 with all the trending topics.
And you can also check out my mix, DJ Slick Mix Part 1 and 2.
And of course, check out Coco's Sex Tips of the Week.
And hashtag TTBF. That's that bullshit. It's the Live Line, New Orleans Talk Network, Tuesday, 7 to 8:30. We're always live. Let's go.
New year, new show. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I'm coming back at you with a new year. And we're back. This is your girl, Dr. Rhonda M Lawson, and I am speaking with author Sabrina Scales. And she is talking about her writing process. But I wanted to stop her real quick because I had to ask her. A lot of authors say that they have a conversation with their characters. But what does that look like? Are you sitting there just actually talking to a picture of your character? I mean, do you actually have a verbal conversation with that person? Or do you put the thoughts into your head? How does that work for you? What does that look like? Because I know the average reader is probably sitting there like, this crazy woman is talking to herself. There is nobody talking to her. She's hearing voices. And that's why they think all authors are crazy. So explain this process. Uh-oh. Wait, hold on one. There we go.
I'm crazy. If I didn't have a channel for all these voices to go into, I would be considered an insane person. Luckily, I have somewhere to channel it. And to answer your question, depending on where I am, like if I'm driving, I do talk out loud to these characters because they say bizarre things, like they say crazy things, and sometimes I have to say what out loud, like, what did you want me to? We can't do that. But if I'm at home and I'm near a tablet, I can just jot things down, or open up the Word app on my phone and write things out, because they have dialogues and they want me to tell y'all certain things, and it's hard to remember all of it. And even harder to cram it all into a story because there's so much. But yes, I do have conversations. They appear as if they are real people. And
when you spend so much time with your characters, they actually are real people to you. You really do think about them. You wonder how they are. What should they do next?
Exactly.
All of these things they stay inside your mind.
They do. And I think it's a healthy thing, because it's not like these people are just dropping from the sky. They're all connected to an experience that I've had, or the experience of somebody that I know. So it's not just random multiple personality disorder or anything like that. It's, it's just these people are giving me an opportunity to tell someone's story in their voice, and, to share experiences in their voice. And that's just what it is to be a creative.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. So now you have Crew of Lit coming up March 30th. Well, what's next? What do you plan to do after that?
After Crew of Lit, God, can I survive Bourbon Street first? Jesus Christ.
Oh my goodness, you going to Bourbon Street, girl? Be careful out there.
What do you mean?
All right, let's talk. What are you doing at Crew of Lit? Let's talk about that. What are you going to do at Crew of Lit besides go to Bourbon Street?
I ain't even made it past that thought, See,
you got to make it to that book signing. You talking about some Bourbon Street. All right, Diana W., Janine Clark, watch this one. I'm just putting it. Watch this one. If you can't find her, you know where she is.
I do not need to be watched. I do not need to be supervised. But Crew of Lit, I'm bringing all 5 of these titles that that y'all have been so graciously flashing across the screen. It looks so pretty. I'm looking on my Facebook. The Color Spectrum, which is a series based on colorism. It's a set of twins. One's dark skin, one's light skin. That was a collaboration I did with my friend Chinsia Higgins. I got the dark skin twin. She got the light skin twin. We're both going to be there.
Okay.
I'm also going to be bringing Who to Love and How to Love.
So wait, in this book, you wrote the dark skin twin. She wrote the light skin twin.
Yes. And we are both dark skinned, so it was hard to decide. We was both like, I don't want the light skinned twin. I can't relate to her. It was real tough.
I love it. Okay, so you're bringing that book and what else?
Yes, and I'm bringing Who to Love and How to Love, which is a series. Also, the first book resulted in a spinoff from a couple that was introduced in Who to Love.
Okay.
And then, of course, I'm bringing Naughty and Nasty. So that's 5 that I'm bringing, and I might have some extras from that I had left over. The Bricks series that was pretty popular last year, and I have a few copies left over, so I might just throw those into, to some lucky readers.
Okay.
They show up some love at Crew of Lit.
So are you saying that there might be some prizes?
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna have tea cakes. I don't know if y'all know how to make tea cakes in New Orleans, but I'm gonna bring the pain with these tea cakes. I might wind up getting rid of more tea cakes than books.
Oh my!
To be honest. Okay. To be honest with you, and I have book thongs too. I'm making book thongs. In case you need to save your pages, we don't use bookmarks, we use book thongs, because these books are nasty. These books are really raunchy.
Oh my.
The last 2 got thong written all over them. I'm just letting y'all know.
Oh my goodness. She is making book thongs.
I need to tell y'all this right quick. I need to tell y'all there is a drink featured in Nasty called I don't want to cuss because I feel like I'm being disrespectful. I'm going to say B word. It's called the nasty B word. And I'm drinking it right now. And it is so good. I'm going to run a lap down my block when I leave this interview. It's so delicious.
Is that what you drink? Oh.
Yes.
Dang.
It's you got to read the book to find the ingredients. I ain't telling you. But just know I'm having a good time right now.
I done invited you on my show and you can't even tell me what's in the drink. See how you do?
Actually,
see how people do you?
Because I don't remember. I was trying not to say that, but you're going to make me feel bad, so I had to tell the truth.
Oh, goodness. All right, Diana W., watch out for this one. She says she got book thongs. Everybody else has bookmarks. She got book thongs, and she got a drink in her book, and she don't want to tell you what's in it. I'm not ratting on you or anything. I mean, I just figured I should let her know in case she was wondering.
You ain't ratting on? Okay.
I'm not ratting on you. Not at all. I would never do such a thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, but... okay, so where can people find your books? Besides at the
I am on... Besides where? Oh, okay. I thought you said something else. I'm sorry. Amazon, Sabrina Bivens-Scales on Amazon, or you can visit my website at sabrinabscales.com. And there are, if you don't want to commit to a whole book, I have excerpts on there. If you want to go sample and see if it's worth your $3.99, you can go and hit that excerpt. Yeah, it's not bad, especially not for a quality story. I'm telling you, you're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to have to go and take a wash off and change your underwear. All kinds of good stuff is going on in the Sabrina Bivens-Scales title. I promise.
Oh, my.
I would not lie to you. Good stuff.
I'm getting heated. Okay.
That's the purpose.
But now I got to ask, though, with 27 books, what is the book that, I mean, I know most authors are going to say just start with the first one, but I'm sure that with 27 books, you have different series. So.
Yes, I do. And please don't start with the first one. I had no idea what I was doing. I cringe when I see people reading my first book. I'm like, Lord, if they judge me based on this book, they are never going to read my books again. But actually, I have and I should have sent you guys a picture of this one. I have a compilation of stories, and it's a book called Petals, and I dedicated it. I published it around Mother's Day of last year.
Okay.
And dedicated it to a lot of women that contributed to my life growing up. And it's a collection of 4 different stories with 4 different journeys through motherhood, and they're all romance stories. And they all have a very, very emotional connection at the end. So it's one of those stories that's going to have you crying. It's romance, but it's also women's fiction. And I think that it's my best work to date.
Oh, wow.
Because the energy that I put into it is dedicated to the women who made me who I am. So, of course, I think it's my best work.
Doesn't it feel good when you can really look at a book and say, this is my best work, because you know you've put your all into that?
Yes, it's the best feeling.
I love it. I mean, because I haven't written 27 books. I mean, if you look at all of my publications, I probably am up there around 27, but they're not all full-length novels. So I give you all the respect.
Neither are mine. They're not all full-length.
Huh?
I said neither are mine. They're not all full-length. I have some shorts in there, but
okay. But still, I give you a lot of credit for being able to do what you do. And the thing is, you may have written a lot of books in a short period of time, but it sounds like, just like I told our last guest, you're very regimented in the way that you approach writing. So you're not just rushing to get through a book just to say that I got a book out there. You're actually taking your time writing the book, making sure that it's a quality work before you send it to the editor.
Absolutely. Also, I'm the editor.
Okay.
Because I haven't my status is still climbing, so I, depend on certain apps to help with the editing process. But I probably go through about 4 rounds of editing because I understand how important it is. You put your work out there, you don't want people writing bad reviews about,
Right.
And
I'll tell you,
'cause
editing your own work is very, very difficult because you know what it's supposed to say and your eyes are looking at what it's supposed to say, but that's not always what it actually says.
Exactly. It is tough. You have to take a break from it also. I take a week away from my book before I go into editing for that reason alone. But one day I'll, be able to afford an editor. Right now, I'm still in the middle, trying to manage this thing by myself.
Well, if you need an editor, I'm just saying that's part of the services that Meet the World Image Solutions provides.
Well, I'm about to jot that down. We're going to have to talk about that.
I mean, I figure I just throw that out there because there could be another editor who's watching this show and she might inbox you as soon as the show's over with. So I figured I might as well shoot my shot now.
I see you.
I'm just saying, All right, but unfortunately, we have reached the end of the show, but I have truly enjoyed interviewing you tonight, and I wish you all the success in the world in your writing career, with the crew of Lit, and then everything that you do after that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
And thank you. So, unfortunately, take advantage of you guys next week. And Janine Clark.